Okay, this is the invoicing cycle timeline for Booking.com. Reservation statements are generated on the first of every month. So that's when you can go in and start, you can start reconciling your reservations or reconciling your invoice, your reservations on your invoice on the first of the month. And then by around the 5th or the 6th of the month, depending on holidays and that, you've got until 5 p.m. Eastern time to get all your modifications done. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what that looks like here in this video. And then the invoice comes out the next day and it's due by the 19th. Make sure you get your invoice paid by the 19th. They will turn your hotel off sometimes, right away if you do not get that invoice paid. So you do not want to have that happen. So a little bit, first of all, before I show you guys, I mentioned here that the reservation statement, you can start reconciling on the first of the month, but really you should be checking your reservations every day. And let me show you a little bit about what that looks like, okay? So for this property right here, today is the 2nd of the month. And I'm going to show you guys a reservation statement and show you how to reconcile in just a moment. But today's the 2nd, so I went through and I've pulled up all the reservations for the first of the month, okay? Now, I want to show you guys what you should be doing every day or what you should have your desk clerks doing, your manager doing on a daily basis is going through the reservations to make sure that everything is accurate with these reservations. So this is the 2nd of the month. This person right here has already checked out of the hotel. So I'm going to click on their reservation right here. You can click under this booking number here if you want, and it takes you up to the reservation. Now, let's say, for example, this person's a no-show. They show in here as they stayed at the hotel, but if you want to mark them as a no-show or for any other type of thing that happened with this guest, you click on the booking number and it takes you to their reservation right here. This column here, this reservation actions and the payment, these are the areas you want to focus on each day for any changes you had for a customer. If this particular customer wanted to change, if they had a different rate, something happened with their rate, or you want to change the date of their reservation, you just click on this box right here, and you can change the check-in date, the checkout date, and you can also go in here and you can change the price of the reservation, okay? And that'll update their reservation for you. Now, if that person was a no-show, I showed you in there that they looked like they stayed at the property. If they were actually a no-show, you just click on Mark as a no-show button right there, and you can choose to either charge the no-show fee to the guest or waive the no-show fee. It depends on what your communication was with that customer and what your cancellation policy was or your no-show policies are, okay? And then you just click on Mark as a no-show button. It's easier to do this, check your reservations on a daily basis and keep up with it, rather than try to do this at the end of the month when the reservation statement comes out. But I'm going to show you that in just a moment, okay? Are you aware that over 97% of hotels overpay their OTA commissions or leave funds on virtual cards that never gets collected, and your property is probably one of them? XQuick is the #1 hotel reservation reconciliation provider because they do all the work for you. There's no software fee, no long-term contract, no maintenance fee, and no service fee. You only get paid when XQuick saves you money. In addition, they're able to integrate with any property regardless of brand affiliation. Think of all the time you and your staff will save when someone else consumes the burden of reconciling every single one of your OTA discrepancies caused by cancellations, no-shows, or adjustments. Simply click on the OTA Savings link in the description below, and a representative will be in touch. Now, if their credit card was invalid, obviously you can click that box right there, and you can click a reason the credit card was invalid through the drop down here. This is where you kind of true up all your reservations, so to speak. And you can view their credit card details. Now, a couple other things I want to kind of encourage you guys to do is this notepad right here in the reservations. Anything that took place with that reservation you're going to want to remind yourself of in the future, you should click on your add note here, and you should type in a note there and save it for yourself. It makes your life a lot easier when you go back to the reservation statement at the first of the month. And, you're obviously not going to be able to remember what happened with every reservation. So you definitely, if there was some weird thing that happened with this reservation, either the credit card declined, like I said, or something else, you're going to want to mark it in the notes there. And this payment status also should be an area where you should mark, take notes or mark your notes as well. Now, I hovered over the box here under this payment status, and let me read this note to you. It says, this selection is for your reference only. If you need to report something to booking.com, use the options under reservation actions or payment. So this is reservation actions or payment here. This is just for your information type of thing. Makes your life easier. A month later, you're not going to remember what happened with all your reservations. And when you click on that, it kind of gives you a couple different choices there of what you can mark is going on with that reservations. Okay. One other area down here is this report misconduct, guest misconduct. That's the last box down here. Now, I did a video on that, and I'm showing you what that looks like on the screen. I got a link in the description for that video. If you have not watched that video and you want to learn how to report misconduct for guests, that's the place. Watch my video. It shows you how to do everything with misconduct. Now, that's what you should do on a daily basis for all your reservations that had some type of discrepancy or something was not accurate. Now, when your reservation statement comes out, let me go back to my screenshot there. The first of the month, you're going to want to go to your reservation statement. That's when it's generated. So let's go back and let me show you how to run that reservation statement. So you're going to go back here to your booking.com extranet. You're going to click on finance and you're going to click on reservation statements. So this is the second of the month, and this reservation statement for this property is available right here. This is where all your reservations are housed for the previous month. You've got the opportunity from the 1st through the 5th or the 6th sometimes to go in and update all these reservations and make changes to them. This is the time to do it if you have not done it before. Like I said, it's easier to take care of on a daily basis. So let's click on this reservation right here, this third one down. All you have to do is click on the book number again. And let's say you want to make a change to this reservation right here with this third person down. So go to this reservation here. Again, you've got the ability to go in here and you've got the ability to mark it as a no-show. And this person had a lot of different rooms. They had 3 different rooms. So you could, obviously if there was a problem with one of the rooms or they didn't stay in one of them, you could mark them, you could mark them as no-shows, or you can waive the fees or decide not to waive the cancellation or the no-show fee for those rooms. Not everybody's going to have that. This person just so happened to have 3 rooms that I clicked on. You can also mark them as a no-show. And, obviously you're going to want to make your notes there. Now, if the credit card was not able to be charged, you've got your, you can go back in and do that. You can charge back, you can dispute that chargeback if they made a chargeback on their credit card from the time that they had their reservation till the time this reservation statement came out. You can go back in here and let me show you what that looks like. It's all done online. You can just go back in there and you can dispute a chargeback that a customer made, okay? Now, one thing I mentioned to you guys before, this notepad area here, that's where that's going to come in handy. If you made a note on a reservation that happened several weeks ago, you can go to your notepad here and remind yourself what was going on that reservation. It's going to make your life a lot easier when you get to go to reconcile your reservation, okay? So going back to the reservations here on the reservation statement, as you can see up here at the top, it says not invoiced. Scroll down here, and I want to take you guys through this remarks column here, these remarks. So I'm going to scroll down here, and as we get down here to this first one here, it says chargeable no-show. This person no-showed, but it was chargeable. So if I click on their booking number right here, it's going to take me to their reservation here. And if something weird happened with that reservation, like they charged back, if you charge them, because again, it said over here that, it said over here that the reservation was a chargeable no-show. If you charge them and they disputed the charge, now's the time to click on that Get Chargeback Defense template, and you're going to want to fill that out online because you're disputing that chargeback. Also, if you tried to charge that guest and their credit card did not go through, you're going to want to mark that credit card as invalid. Okay, so this is where you go basically just to kind of do your secondary cleanup. As I mentioned before, and I can't say it enough, you want to keep an eye on your reservations every day of what's going on. And again, that notepad area down here where you make a note comes in very, very handy for those. Okay, let me go back to our reservation statement here under the remarks column, and let me scroll down a little bit further. We've got another reservation here. Yeah, this person canceled, but it was a chargeable cancellation. Okay, so a little bit different, not a no-show. They canceled at the hotel. They canceled their reservation, but they didn't do it within the time frame allotted, like they didn't do it before the 24 hours maybe policy that you had set up. So if you click on that booking number right there, it's going to take you to their reservation, and you can update kind of what's going on with that, whether there's a chargeback, invalid credit card, what have you. Okay. Okay, let me take you back to that screenshot. Now, once the 6th of the month comes and the invoice is available in the extranet, they're probably going to email the invoice out to you. You can also go to the extranet right here, and you can click on finance, and you can click on invoices. Now, once you do that, it's going to take you to this page right here, and your invoice, it's not showing up here for this property because it's not after the 6th of the month yet, and all these invoices have been paid. But once your invoice is here, you're going to have the option to pay it, and you can pay your invoices by ACH, or you can pay it with a credit card online. I think the best way to do it's probably through ACH. That's what most people do. They encourage that. Just in case there's ever a problem with a credit card, ACH is definitely the way to go. All these invoices are paid, and obviously, if we were after the 6th of the month, you would have to, it would say that the invoice was not paid yet, and then you can go through and you can pay it. But first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to view your statement. So all those changes that you made, you're going to want to go into your invoice. You're going to want to click on View Statement and just make sure again that everything's accurate. And you're going to scroll down here to your reservation statement. So this reservation statement, for the most part, is not editable anymore. You cannot really edit much on there. You had your opportunity again from the 1st of the month through the 5th or 6th of the month to make those changes. Now it's going to be a lot tougher to make changes for you. But if you do have to make a particular change on a reservation, and let me just click on one of them right here. Let me just click on this 5th or 6th one down and take you to kind of show you what that looks like. As you can see, all these boxes down here are blank. There's really not much you can do. You've kind of had your opportunity there through the 1st through the 6th of the month. You do have a couple of other options. Since this information down here is not available, or maybe something happened at your hotel and you just could not get to it in time. What you can do is you can reach out to the finance team at booking.com, and the way you're going to want to do that is you're going to want to click on inbox, and you're going to click on booking.com messages. Okay. You're going to want to click on contact, and you're going to the topic you're going to select is finance. The box you're going to want to click on is invoices and commissions, and then you're going to click one of those there, and you're going to disputing invoices, and then you're going to click on contact us if none of that works, and you can send them a message. Okay, and you can actually upload a file there too as well. So that's pretty much how that works. The other thing I want to encourage you guys to do too is to make sure that your contacts at your hotel are up to date. And I don't think you can see it on my screen here, but there's a little circle here. It looks like a circle at the top, the furthest circle to the right with a little person in there. If you click on that and then you click on contacts, make sure that your accounting contact, or whoever reconciles your invoices and gets the invoices at the hotel, whoever gets the invoices responsible for doing this reconciliation and paying the invoice, you're going to want to make sure that they show up under the contacts, because that's That's how booking.com, that's who they're going to communicate with if they have a question. And that's also who they're going to email the invoice out to. So make sure that the contact information's in there as far as the name and the email address of the person that is responsible for paying your invoices at your property. Okay, that is all I have for today. If you guys like this video, please click the like button. I've got a lot more videos coming out. Most of my videos revolve around revenue management, but I get a lot of finance questions from people. I'm not really an expert in the finance part of booking.com. I kind of showed you guys what it's all about. More geared towards revenue management and increasing rates increasing revenue for hotels and increasing occupancy. But I wanted to touch on this since I do have a lot of people that I see ask questions about finance with booking.com. So stay tuned. I got a lot more videos coming out in the future, and check out some of my past videos on how to boost your occupancy. Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.